Hi everybody, and welcome to Reed's Read Spider-Man Crawl Space Edition. Check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Well everybody, I'm here of course to review issue 32, better go to know as 926, the fallout of course of the wedding issue from a couple of weeks ago, of course, that set everything up for the year or two of Zeb Wells' little run. We got our good old buddy Patrick Gleason with us. You know, I'm a big Patrick Gleason fan here. Of course, the guy who designed the new Spider-Man costume, and of course is on for the art duties for the next couple of issues. So, how did the aftermath of the wedding issue and the setup for the Sins of Norman Osborn begin? Well, let's get to the pros. First of all, I will immediately go with old Pat Gleason here. I thought the artwork was fantastic. Pat really captures not only the action sequence, but the emotional scenes. You actually see a lot of written here. And I don't know what he's going off for notes, but in a way you can see the different pains and despairs between everybody from Peter to Norman Osborn to even Kraven and the Queen Goblin. I actually really love the dark scenes and ritual where Kraven, of course, uses the ceremony sphere to take the sins of Osborn out of Ashley and embed him in the field, even though it doesn't do a lot of change. But this is all based on continuity. It's actually well done. This is one thing I will nod to. There's a lot of JMD here taking care of the various things from Kraven's Last Hunt and the most recently Lost Hunt here, last year's mini-series. It hasn't really said. There's a lot of nice little Kraven continuity here, including Nick Spencer's return of the current Kraven, who of course is the son clone of the original, and him basically trying to outdo his dad by not going after Spider-Man, but actually going after Norman Osborn. I think it's really well done. However, that's really where it kind of ends. Going into the cons. First of all, that's the thing. Despite everything, Zeb Wells is trying to be J.M. DeMatteis here. He is trying to basically be like the ultimate run, knowing Kraven, working with the goblins and everything, and it doesn't work. While the pieces work, especially when Kraven accidentally stabs Spider-Man going after Norman Osborn to do the sins and realizing that he had made a huge mistake, it's actually very interesting how the hunted and the instincts take over. That's actually very in character. However, when it's all set up, Norman Osborn's got worse security than Rick Castle, Nathan Fillion's TV series from a couple of years ago, Apartment. Also, you have to add in the whole little thing that Wells is still trying to do everything. He wouldn't keep, Felicia Harding and Peter together for a relationship try, so he ends up throwing out Michelle, who is the friend of course, Janice Lincoln, who went to law school and, of course, is Tombstone's lawyer and does the old hubbub about clients and everything, and kind of throws them all up. It also throws about how things were poorly handled. It basically also does the big elephant in the room that was established when Nick Spencer established Randy Robertson and Janice Lincoln dating, that kind of world, the mob bosses and supervillain, was going to pretty much ruin or really disrupt his life. And the fact that neither one of them really talked to each other since Tombstone almost got killed by shotgun, and of course his parents had to pretty much get run out of the area, or they would have been killed too, along with Hammerhead double-crossing everybody and blowing things up. It's kind of a big duh factor, and it really doesn't really work with the thing, because we've seen this all before. And also, once again, Norman and Peter, everything they're trying to do is have that Peter really is on Norman's side without the sins, just doesn't work from what we had. Like I said, we go back to the days of the Sin Eater and everything, only a couple years ago under Nick Spencer. Peter didn't care. He was like the point, like, I don't care what you did. You do this, you sold your son's soul to Mephisto and a couple other things, and you killed the woman I love. You did all this other. You've also killed other people and destroyed their lives. And you're expecting me to be happy about it? But no, it's like, oh, come on, Norman, I understand. I'm keeping an eye on you, but don't worry, we'll get through this together. BFF. It's very heavy-handed, and the truth is, now with Peter having the sins of the goblin in him, it does set up a really cool cliffhanger, but we've been down this road before. In fact, it was done over in Spider-Girl, which was set up during Howard Mackie and Paul Jenkins' run on Spider-Man from almost 20 years ago. Wow, it's really been that long. Actually, it has been 20 years. Huh, I'm old. Anywhoosies, after all this is said and everything, while it's got some bright spots, especially with the artwork, I'm actually going to give it a C-. I actually did enjoy it a little bit more than I wanted to, but the parts that are being so heavy-handed from, of course, Peter's dating life, as well as everything set up with, of course, everything with Norman and Wells trying to be JMD, just does not work in the story, so it gets a C- from me. And that's really all I have to do. Well, everybody, as you can see, my little green screen, you probably can hear my air conditioning. It's over 100 degrees here in the Midwest, so I'm going to check out and go enjoy a nice little lemonade. But if you want to check out more amazing stuff, head over to the SpidermanCrawlspace.com for our information, our Discord, social media, our awesome reviews, everybody from our buddy Dark Mark to, of course, Alfred, and, of course, more amazing Spider-Man news from TV to the comics. And, of course, check out our podcast because, hey, guess what? We got new episodes this week. You know you want to try it out. So check it all out on the Spider-Man Crawl Space, guys. And on that note, I'll see everybody later.